I am here to tell you about Heretic without overhyping it. What's up, cretins? What's up, creeps? My name is Chris. I am the only person talking horror on the internet. I am here to help you navigate the nonsense as today we discuss Heretic. Okay, so first and foremost, add this one to the long legs, strange darling in the substance camp of 2024 flicks that you should see as blind as possible going into it. I don't know about you, but I don't even watch trailers anymore. In respect to that and to you, I'm going to be overly vague in my discussion of Heretic. Here's your full, spoiler-free review. The newest offering from writer-directors Scott Beck and Brian Woods in their first collaboration with indie art powerhouse A24, Heretic involves Sister Barnes and Sister Paxton, two Mormon missionaries who knock on the wrong door whilst recruiting. There's your movie. So, I have said before that I am a fan of Beck and Woods. Their 2015 debut, Nightlight, was fine. Maybe not fully realized, but the potential was absolutely there. A Quiet Place, which they wrote, is one of the biggest original story franchises going right now. They parlayed that fame into the movie that they wanted to make, 2019's Haunt. And I love both of those movies, right? Quiet Place, great. Haunt, amazing. 2023 gave us the 1-2 punch of the awful 65 and the already long forgotten The Boogeyman. Yeah, shock guys. Boogeyman came out 17 months ago. You did see it. It didn't do much for you either. And now, with a darling studio and an A-list star in Hugh Grant, here we sit with Heretic, hoping to right those sins of the past. So here goes. Hugh Grant is in an admittedly great performance here in a rather challenging role. He has to present as warm and charming, and he's regularly tasked to flip on that. He has to present as nonchalant while being somewhat invasive, calm while also somewhat condescending. You get the picture. You as the audience are left questioning what is intentional and what is maybe just kind of a lonely man who's losing the ability to connect with people. He's good. A lot of people are saying Oscar worthy right now. I don't think he hits that level. I think he's very, very good. It's one of the best performances of his career. I don't think he gets that far. Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East as Barnes and Paxton should not be underestimated for what they accomplish either. Thatcher is great at taking lead and presenting Barnes as suspicious and taking mental notes, while East as Paxton is willing to breeze past red flags in the name of converting her first person to the faith. Together, they have a great on-screen dynamic that works well against Grant. So all good things, right? So why am I not freaking out about this movie right now? Why am I not doing the mind-blown videos? Is it me? You may suggest that it's the religious aspect. I don't have an issue with that. The best approximation of where I sit is the spiritual but not religious shit you see on dating websites. Evening, ladies. Is this seat taken? And maybe more importantly, while this film is largely a discussion of faith, I don't think that this film subscribes to faith. Rather, I think that it's intended to provoke the question of how we treat each other when we encounter others with differing beliefs. I think that the choice of our leads as Mormons is wise because they are the de facto punching bag religion. And you know what? I kind of felt like shit about that in watching this. I found myself saying, just let them believe what they want to believe. There's space for all of us. And that's good. That's effective storytelling. I should be feeling those things. You may suggest that it's too talky, and for a lot of people, it's going to be. Roughly 70 of the first 75 minutes is just 3 people speaking in one of 2 locations. For me personally, I love that shit, provided that they have something to say and it's well written, well performed, and it serves the story. Heretic checks all of those boxes. Is it that I approached this under the guise that this was going to be a heavy-hitting contender for the best film of the year in an undeniably great year for horror? Possible contributor. But I was all in on that pretense for the first hour or so of this movie. Maybe that's where they ultimately kind of lose me. Because I do feel, for all its good graces, that the payoff does not equate to the setup. You know how a large segment of the horror community feels that way about Insidious? That like the beginning of it is outstanding and the latter half is just kind of eh. I don't feel that they ever really hit that fifth gear that they needed to get to in Heretic. And I think that the finale that we got was relatively lazy and predictable given the immaculate and erratic builds to it, where they needed to either lean harder into the material or divert and go completely off the rails. They pretty much just kind of stay the course. It's almost like they worried that if they went too hard in one direction or the other, it would alienate the audience and nobody would like it. I really enjoyed Heretic. I'm grateful to see Beck and Woods turning a corner and heading back into the direction of compelling filmmaking. I just expected something that felt maybe a little bit more personal, especially given that the subject matter is such a personal thing to address. It is not hyperbole to say that this as a film is Oscar-worthy, brilliant cinema for 75 minutes. And it's a good horror movie for the remaining 30. Kindred Spirits, Martyrs, Knock Knock, Barbarian. That's gonna do it for today, creeps. Do all these things. Let me know what you thought of Heretic right over here. Please be respectful to others and don't spoil anything. I did my best not to. And as always, this is all just a matter of opinion. See it yourself, make your own decisions, remain critical, support horror.